I think the family has a huge role with managing when they first find out and ongoing with their child when they've been labeled with a disability. I think the first step for families in coping and helping the child cope is to understand what that diagnosis is and where that came from, where that label, understand that context. But I think it's also important that the family remember that the diagnosis is only one small part of who this child is. And oftentimes, I know I see in practice where people get so stuck and fixated on what the diagnosis is and this child with this disability and not looking at all the other avenues in the child's life where there's strong abilities and strengths. So I think it's very important for families, their role in this and helping manage that. In addition, not to ignore the label, but to really recognize that's just one little piece of who this child is and cultivate those other strengths of the child so they can use them to help the child with, learning other tools to compensate or to address issues. If a child has mobility issues, well, how else can you make accommodations if the child can't use their legs very easily but have very strong upper body? How would you use that to help them to navigate their environment? I also think it's really important for parents or caregivers to remember that they're their child's primary teacher. They're the one who knows their child best. And so their job or role in advocating for their child, understanding how different people have come to the assessment. So if it's the doctor who's labeled the child, how did they come to that decision that that's what's going on for the child, and that thinking about how to word this, that they see the child as a whole child, the parent, but everybody else who interacts